Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jermaine Morgan TV. In today's lesson, I'm going to correct a big mistake I made on last week, so you definitely want to make sure you hang around. Alright guys, welcome back to today's lesson, and like I said on last week, I made a big mistake. So like I said, what I did on last week, I had good intentions. Here's my let me give you a reason first. No, but really I put up a video and I actually took down the video, and if some of you are wondering what happened to that video, I had really good intentions. I was going to show you this progression. Now what I did is I called this a theory don't. I called this a diminished scale when it was actually more of a diminished type pattern. It was more taking some of the elements of a diminished scale. The diminished scale would consist more so of this. But what I showed in the pattern on last week was more like this, which is more of a diminished pattern than a scale. So the intention was right, my terminology was just wrong. And if I confused anyone, I do sincerely apologize. It was not my intentions to try to confuse anyone, so that's why I took the lesson down. But if you're on the live stream, you know I promised that I was going to put the lesson back up to date, but I wanted to put it back up with the clarification that what I'm playing is not necessarily a diminished scale, but it's more so the diminished pattern. Now, if you want to learn more about the actual diminished scale, I'm going to talk more about it in my monthly membership lessons on today and break down what it is that I just played earlier. So, you know, if you need a little bit more help on that, I can give it to you. And this time I'm not going to call the wrong thing the scale. We'll actually show you the scale and we'll call the pattern the pattern. If that's cool, just type that's cool in the comments. Y'all give me a little slack. So anyway, before I get off this video though, and we move on to the next part of what we showed you on last week, I wanted to show you guys this cool new thing that I'm using now. My friends over at Singular Sound sent me this really cool gizmo. And if you notice in here, you can see my strings wrapped around pretty tight in, well, not too tight, in this thing called, I'm thinking the cable eye. I'm going to say cable eye. If it's wrong, y'all can correct me later. But it's a pretty cool thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw it, I slept on it. At first, I slept on it. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's something extra. We don't need that. But once they sent it to me and I actually tried it for myself, I was like, oh, okay, we might be on to something. So here's what it is. Obviously, it's something to wrap your cables up, and it's really easy to access here for you guys that you're one cable or two cable people. It's pretty quick and simple to use. What you do, you simply insert the cable around the hook and just wind it. What it does, it gives you a neat little nice way to put away your cables, and it slips right into your case. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. It slips right into your case. You're good to go. Or if you have multiple cables, it comes with this little tote. I think you can get up to about 4 or 5 in this tote. I'm not for sure. And you can tighten it down and you're good to go. So in my opinion, overall, it's a nice little neat invention that keeps your cables neat. I would have never thought of that, but now that somebody has, I think it's something really cool. And if you have the time, you have the money, I would check it out. Again, it's by Singular Sound, and it's called the Cable Eye. The Cable Eye? Cable Eye? Cable Eye. I don't know. So there it is. And if you want to know what the packaging looked like, here's the packaging for it. And you can see this. Hopefully your local music store has it. If not, check out Amazon or any of your music retailers and you should be able to look for it. If not, request it and they should be able to give it to you. Anyway, let's get into the lesson. And remember, it's not a scale, it's the pattern that I'm showing you guys. All right. So the diminished scale pattern here, if we're in the key of G, we're gonna go up half step. And so you're gonna hear me play, I'm gonna drop a string, drop a string, drop a string. That's the entire pattern. for the basic diminished scale. Again, we'll go over fourth, drop a string, skip over, same thing. Okay, now the progression that I'm using is this. Half step to the 2, half step to the 3, to the 4, half step to the 5, half step to the 6, then we go 2, 5, 1. Real simple. So again, here it is with the chords. 1, half step, 2, half step, 3, to dominant, 4, half step to the 5, half step to the 6, and then we go 2 to 5, back 1. And that's the entire progression. Now what I'm doing in all of those half steps, I'm adding a diminished. So what we have is, I'll do it really slow. Half step up. And then I go the 2, 5, 1 chords, back to 1. So again, half step up. Every time I do a half step, that's where I do my diminished. Now when I go to that dominant, half step to the 5, you know what I'm saying? I just played a major pentatonic to get me out of it. Okay, so it's really, really simple in terms of the progression. The only thing that makes it difficult when we bring it up to speed. So I just wanted to show you guys that simple progression. And I mean, that's pretty much it. This is just one example. If you want to know more about this, be sure to comment below. If you want to dive a little deeper into this lesson where we'll talk a little bit more about understanding these chords and voicing these chords, be sure to hang around and be part of the monthly membership. If not, I'll see you guys on next week. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'm out of here. Peace.